For this Civic, P0456 is an EVAP system leak fault. In plain language, the car may be seeing a small leak in the sealed fuel vapor system. The vehicle may drive normally, and the main complaint may just be the warning light. Possible fault areas can include the fuel cap and filler neck, EVAP hoses and tubes, the purge valve, the vent shut valve, the canister area, tank sealing points, and related connections. If other codes are present, check what they mean first so you are not chasing the wrong path. Before testing, record the freeze data and any onboard snapshot. Fresh fuel can help leak detection, and the best testing condition is less than a full tank of fresh fuel. If possible, add 1 gallon of fresh fuel to the tank, as long as that will not fill the tank. Also, stay with the vacuum and pressure amounts in the test. Excessive pressure or vacuum can damage EVAP parts or lead to fuel tank failure. Start with the simple sealing points. Check the fuel fill cap and make sure it is the correct cap and that it says tighten to click. After it is tight, it should turn 1/4 turn, then click. If the cap is wrong or loose, replace the cap or tighten it, then verify the repair. If the cap checks out, inspect the cap seal and the fuel fill pipe mating surface. Make sure the tether cord is not caught under the cap. If the seal is missing or damaged, the fill pipe is damaged, or the tether is trapped under the cap, replace the fuel fill cap or the fuel fill pipe as needed, then verify the repair. If those parts look right, keep moving through the leak path. Next, turn the ignition switch to lock 0. Then check the fuel tank vapor recirculation tube for a poor connection or damage. If the tube is not okay, replace the fuel tank vapor recirculation tube, or replace the fuel tank if needed, then verify the repair. If the tube is okay, move to the purge valve leak check. Disconnect the vacuum hose or purge line from the EVAP canister purge valve in the engine compartment. Connect a T-fitting, a vacuum gauge and a vacuum pump/gauge, 030 in Hg to that vacuum hose. Slowly apply about 2 kPa 0.6 in Hg, 15 mm Hg of vacuum to the hose, then see if it holds for 1 minute. If it holds vacuum for 1 minute, the leak is not detected at the EVAP canister purge valve, so continue. If it does not hold vacuum, replace the EVAP canister purge valve, then verify the repair. Now turn the ignition switch to on Roman 2, clear the DTC with the HDS, and run the EVAP function test with the HDS. If the result is okay, treat it as an intermittent failure. The system is okay at that moment, so check for poor connections or loose terminals at the FTP sensor, the EVAP canister purge valve, the EVAP canister vent shut valve, and the ECM/PCM. If the result is not okay, the failure is duplicated, and the next step is to isolate where the system is losing vacuum. With the failure duplicated, turn the ignition switch to lock 0. Disconnect the fuel tank vapor recirculation tube from the EVAP canister and plug the EVAP canister port. Remove the T-fitting and connect a vacuum pump/gauge to the vacuum hose. Turn the ignition switch to on Roman 2, then use the HDS inspection menu to select EVAP CVS on. Apply vacuum to the hose until the FTP reads 190 V 0, 59 in Hg, 15, 1 mm Hg. Be careful not to exceed the vacuum because the FTP sensor can be damaged. Monitor the FTP sensor in the HDS data list for 1 minute. If the voltage increases more than 0.2 V 0, 1 in Hg 2, 5 mm Hg, continue with the EVAP canister vent shut valve check. If it does not increase more than that, skip ahead to the fuel fill pipe and fuel vapor return pipe checks. For the vent shut valve check, select EVAP CVS OFF in the HDS inspection menu. Disconnect the fresh air hose from the EVAP canister and plug the EVAP canister vent shut valve ports. Turn the ignition switch to on Roman 2, select EVAP PCS on and apply vacuum to the hose until the FTP reads 190 V 0, 59 in Hg, 15, 1 mm Hg. Then select EVAP PCS OFF and monitor the FTP sensor in the HDS data list for 1 minute. Again, be careful not to exceed the vacuum because the FTP sensor can be damaged. If the voltage increases more than 0.2 V 0, 1 in Hg 2, 5 mm Hg, the EVAP canister vent shut valve is okay, so move on to the purge line check. If it does not increase more than that, replace the EVAP canister vent shut valve, then verify the repair. If the vent shut valve checks OK, inspect the EVAP canister purge line. If the line is not OK, reconnect or repair the EVAP canister purge line, then verify the repair. If the line is OK, the diagnostic path calls for replacing the FTP sensor O-ring, the EVAP canister vent shut valve case and O-ring, and the EVAP canister, then verifying the repair. If the earlier isolation step sent you to the filler side, select EVAP CVSOFF with the HDS and check the fuel fill pipe and the fuel vapor return pipe for looseness or damage. If they are damaged or loose, repair or replace the damaged parts, then verify the repair. If those parts are OK, check the fuel tank unit base gasket and the fuel tank, then verify the repair. To verify the repair, turn the ignition switch to lock 0, install the parts in the reverse order of removal, then turn the ignition switch to on Roman 2. Reset the ECM/PCM with the HDS, do the ECM/PCM idle learn procedure, and run the EVAP function test with the HDS. If the result is OK, troubleshooting is complete. If it is not OK, check for poor connections or loose terminals at the FTP sensor, the EVAP canister purge valve, the EVAP canister vent shut valve, and the ECM/PCM, then go back to the beginning of the diagnostic path. The takeaway: do not jump past the cap and basic seal checks, control the vacuum carefully, and let the HDS function test confirm whether the leak is still present. For more diagnostic training, visit Diagnostics.com.